Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just wanted to take a quick look at what's happening in the crypto space. And before we do, I wanted to take a look at livecoinwatch.com. Basically, guys, this is very similar to coinmarketcap.com, but all of your prices are actually being readjusted in real time, as you can see here. What we want to take a quick look at is the little graph on the right-hand side of all your cryptocurrencies, where it shows you your weekly graph. And just to kind of give you a visual, guys, everything is pretty much following in suit with what is happening with Bitcoin, and that is a downwards trend, unless you're dealing with a stable coin, obviously. But again, everything is pretty much in this downwards trend, and I would imagine it's going to continue this downwards trend until we hit support, or we see some sort of new catalyst when it comes to news coming out. A lot of people thought that Bakkt would have been that news, and of course, that was a huge disappointment when it comes to what we were supposed to be expecting from Bakkt. Now, I understand this is still brand new for even this entity, and that's fine, but when you're not even really seeing that many participants with the Bitcoin futures through Bakkt, that should tell you a lot here. If we take a quick look at ICE here from yesterday, guys, I mean, the volume hasn't even changed when it comes to after it dropped below 10 on the volume. I saw this happen last night, and now we're at 4. The last time a contract was actually made, it was for a price of $9,800 for Bitcoin. And of course, we go back to Livecoin. We can see that Bitcoin's price is now at $9,700. So, guys, again, we're really just seeing this downwards trend here, and we all thought that Bakkt was going to be that catalyst to help push the price up. But like I said in my last video, Bakkt is now coming out as brand new. This right here could be one of those things where you never know. It could actually spark something in the Wall Street money, the financial institution money, and that could come flooding in. I would imagine that they're going to be waiting for Bitcoin's price to drop even further before we start seeing any more contracts being created there. So something to keep in mind, guys. We also have the Bitcoin halving that's going to be coming up in May 2020. I know that that's still a little ways off, but we definitely have people asking whether or not, with the Bitcoin halving coming up, whether or not Bakkt can actually predict the price of Bitcoin, kind of work that into a price discovery. Now, the COO of Bakkt, his name is Adam White, he basically came out and stated that it's not exactly sure whether or not they can actually determine that. It is possible, but of course, at this point in time, everything is still brand new with Bakkt, so they're not exactly sure if they can interpret the price prediction, or again, creating what would be considered a lead price discovery regarding what the price of Bitcoin would be after the Bitcoin halving. But nonetheless, we still have months away from that, and we might actually start seeing some adjustments with the price when it comes to that being worked in and baked into the cake. So nonetheless, guys, Bakkt is definitely here, not necessarily making a big impact by any means, and of course it's something that could eventually spark more money coming into the market, especially with Bitcoin halving coming up again in May 2020. But nonetheless, Bakkt's not even sure if they can even work that into the price prediction there. So have to keep that in mind, guys. Like I said, everything is pretty much in a downwards trend, regardless if you see a little bit of green here and there. It is most certainly in a downwards trend, and until we hit support, or at least a really good support level for a lot of these cryptocurrencies, we might still see an ongoing downwards trend. You have to let me know what you guys think about that information. Just a couple little articles I want to quickly go in here as well. Now, this next bit of news, I most certainly have to give credit to Alex Cobb and Stewart XRP. These guys are two people in the XRP community that I would most certainly suggest giving a follow to. Alex Cobb has his own YouTube channel, for example. He also has this site that we're looking at called the XRP Daily, where he does blogs. So most certainly give these two guys a follow. Stewart definitely does a lot of deep dive research information, connecting a lot of dots with Ripple, banks, financial institutions that might be running on Ripple. And it looks as though between the two of them, we have another bank that will be running on Ripple, and it happens to be National Bank of Fujairah. A little bit of information here. We can see that they are a full-service corporate bank that offers corporate and commercial banking. They were founded in 1982 with headquarters in Dubai and United Arab Emirates. Definitely something we've heard about when it comes to a location and demographic that Ripple's wanting to focus a lot of attention on. We also see here they offered information about shareholders that are dealing with this particular bank. And a little bit further here, we can see that this does not come as a surprise, because Ripple executives have confirmed in the past that the Middle East is one of the fastest growing regions when it comes to RippleNet adoption. So guys, with this new bank, and again, keep in mind, they have shareholders as far as people that are, dealing with this bank, the Bank of Fujairah. We might be seeing more companies getting themselves established with RippleNet and running on Ripple. So here we have what looks to be a little bit of a screenshot from, I'm thinking this is an ad coming from the National Bank of Fujairah, but you can easily see here, guys, right at the very bottom of this ad, runs on Ripple. And of course, these guys looked a little bit further here to find that, yes, they are part of RippleNet. Now, this isn't to confirm by any means that they are utilizing XRapid or taking advantage of utilizing XRP, but the fact still remains they are now part of the Ripple network, connecting with as many banks and financial institutions that are currently on there. This is just great as far as, again, connecting more banks to the Ripple network, giving them the opportunity to eventually get themselves positioned to utilize and take advantage of XRapid, which will be making a use case out of XRP. So very big moves when it comes to, again, more banks being confirmed to run on Ripple. This is just another one. Again, National Bank of Fujairah, according to their little ad, runs on Ripple. Fantastic. And again, thanks for this information, Alex Cobb and Stewart XRP, but certainly give them a follow. Now, this last bit of news, I want to give a huge shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf. As usual, he does a really good job of summarizing these articles that get published. And of course, he likes to alert the XRP community to keep us all on the same page there, because a lot of this news we can overlook or miss. So he does a really good job right alongside of other members of the XRP community to keep everybody updated. Nonetheless, we have an article from CoinDesk talking about Germany's #2 exchange launches Bitcoin spot trading, but that's not all. As XRP Crypto Wolf usually does, he likes to summarize really nicely what happens in those articles. And he says, Germany's stock exchange Börse Stuttgart digital exchange BS DEX open a trading venue for digital assets. Here's where it gets really cool. BS DEX is open for retail and institutional investors, followed by the entire EU. Talk about onboarding as many people as you possibly can into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And the coolest part, they are planning on adding Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP Euro trading pairs this year. Guys, we're almost in October, which means that we only have a couple months left of this year. If they're going to be adding trading pairs this year, we should be expecting to hear about that news relatively soon. Again, we don't have very much longer before the end of 2019. My guess is also, since we only have a short amount of time for the rest of this year, leading right into Q4, we're going to be hearing quite a bit of news ramping up for a lot of different types of cryptocurrency-focused industries, companies, banks, financial institutions, you name it. My guess is we're going to hear a lot of that ramping up till the end of this year. And just keep in mind, guys, we still have that news about, Bitcoin's having taken place roughly around May 2020. So I'm going to guess really that a lot of things will start taking off once the consolidation period of what's happening in the markets right now actually comes to kind of a lull. We start seeing, that support line being relatively hit and, bounced off of. We might start seeing some money, drop back into the market with some confidence. But nonetheless, guys, it's going to take some time. We do have a little bit of time to wait before the rest of this year is over with, going into the year 2020. Where my guess is we're going to start seeing a lot of things ramping up. But who knows? We've been hearing that same kind of story for quite some time. We really haven't seen a lot happening in this ecosystem. It's kind of been, again, a lackluster of, what's happening, these events, things that should have been pushing the market when they really didn't. So something to keep in mind, guys. We also keep in mind as well upcoming events for Ripple. We have the Swell event coming up, Cybos as well. I would imagine that those are going to help push some interest to the cryptocurrency ecosystem, not necessarily push the market, but definitely push interest. So that right there could drive more people, more capital, more investors to come into this ecosystem and start, getting themselves invested, especially with what's happening on an economic and political scale globally. We might start seeing, that rocking the entire system here and pushing more people in this direction or pushing people into the precious market direction. You never know. So something to keep in mind, guys. A little bit of news here. Just wanted to kind of push your guys' way. I do apologize for the lack of major news because we're not really getting a lot of that. But I promise to make sure to get you guys that information here in either a video format or at least on my Twitter page. Outside of that, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be alerted to future videos. And follow me on Twitter at @crypto_ginger. Outside of that, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.